where reporters ask questions to athletes about societal issues. In Minnesota right now, a lot of athletes have gotten asked about ICE.
It's really a lose-lose when we're asked about these political issues. It almost seems like a setup.
Athletes are forced into the role model spotlight.
Fair or unfair, so many people look to us to take a stand. They're gonna ask the question no matter what. But they gotta understand what type of position that you're putting this guy you're asking this question in.
One got the numbers, one let the game on. Two different voices, never the same. Mic on fire when the truth collides. It ain't just one story, must be two sides. Must be two sides.
Anyway, so another thing you don't like about media day or just media scrums is when reporters ask questions to athletes about societal issues. And I'm in Minnesota right now, so ICE is a big topic. A lot of athletes have gotten asked about ICE. And I know Anthony Edwards was asked about it. And his response was like, I'm not really in tune with what's going on. Like, I've seen it, but like, I'm not really on social media, but like I'm with Minnesota with whatever they wear. I'm with, I love this city. And he was like, definitely my family praying for everybody. And everybody like, why, what kind of statement is that? And blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, like you're asking like a 23, 24-year-old man who probably is not really aware of politics and what's really going on to have an opinion on something. And I'm like, I tell people this all the time. I know athletes are forced into the public figure, the role model spotlight, that I don't think all athletes deserve to be in that, nor should they be in that, because some of them aren't really informed on said topics. And so we're asking these athletes for their opinions, but then they give us an opinion. So is that even an educated opinion? So I kind of agree with you on like forcing players to answer questions on societal issues and stuff.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. It's really a lose-lose, right? No matter which way you answer the question, it's going to be somebody that's disagreeing with you,
right?
And it's going to be more than just one person. Right. So when you have such a large fan base as pro athletes do, it's people on every side of the aisle. I mean, so somebody is going to be upset. You could be putting in jeopardy your brand. You could be putting in jeopardy your dollars, your sponsorship dollars, because you don't know which side the people that you're aligned with or the fans that you have are sitting on these issues. So it's almost seems like a setup when we're asked about these political issues. Now, I do see the other side of it, because with great power comes great responsibility, the whole Spider-Man thing. Mm-hmm. And so many people are looking up to us. So many people look to us, fair or unfair, to take a stand or to really have some say over what's going on in society. Like I said, fair or unfair, but it's still going to be taken with a grain of salt, no matter what.
Okay, but here's my thing though, like, right? So y'all always talk about we're more than athletes. Like, like the Laura Ingram was from Fox News where she was like, just shut up and dribble. Like, where LeBron and everybody came out and said, like, we're more than athletes. We can have a say on this stuff like this. On the flip side, isn't it an opportunity for you guys to maybe take a stance on how you feel about something if you are educated on the topic, seeing how you have a major platform, and enlighten your viewers about how you're more than an athlete and how you guys are humans at the end of the day?
100%, but it's a catch-22, because once you start that, when you're asked about something else, as LeBron has been in certain occasions, and you're quiet on it, now you look like, okay, now you look kind of a hypocrite. Like you were just saying one thing and now you're doing another thing, because maybe a Nike or somebody else doesn't want you to say that. So now you're in more of a bad light than you should have been. So you got to really watch what you say. You got to really have a calculated answer for these things. Like, think about these questions before they ever come about, and then know what you're coming with. Like, know how you're going to answer it. Know how you really feel and stand on it.
But y'all get prepped on that. Like Victor Wembanyama kind of said it before when he came up to the press. He was like, I know PR has been talking to me about what to say.
Look, I think basketball is a little different. They know the guys that's really gonna get asked these questions, because they get asked every question. Mm-hmm. Now football is 53, a bunch of us.
Yeah.
So everybody ain't getting prepped on these certain questions. And when you're in a forum like a Super Bowl, where there are no guys are just standing around and anybody can ask any question, it's hard to prep every single athlete on that team for, okay, this might come about. So you got to prep yourself, basically. In football, I believe so.
So do you think that reporters should refrain from asking you guys societal questions, like about what's going on in your community, what's going on around the world, when it pertains to politics and stuff?
I believe reporters got to do their job. They're going to ask the question no matter what. No matter what I was in, they're going to ask. They got to do their job. But they got to understand what type of position that you're putting this guy you're asking this question in. So you do it. You don't just do it willy-nilly. You don't just do it because you need a soundbite for your story. You do it knowing that this person speaks eloquently and can answer this question in a type of way that's not gonna make him look bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have some thought about it before you just ask these questions. You know,
it's funny you say that because when the ICE thing happened, and I think when Alex Preddy got shot, the second person got shot and killed in Minneapolis, the Warriors were in town, so they postponed the game on Saturday between the Warriors and Timberwolves. So I get a text from my boss, and he like, you at the game tomorrow. He was like, you need to be there. You need to go talk to Steve Kerr. Like, because we all know Steve Kerr is very open about all, excuse me. He's very open about all this stuff. So I got there and, you know, people were asking questions, but I kind of knew the question that I wouldn't say that would go viral, but it was like, I thought about it the night before, and how I phrased my question was not to get him to call out the administration, but it was like, Steve, you've been very open about this administration and what they've been doing and things like that. I'm like, in your world, what would it look like if we move forward together? Like something along those lines. So it gave him an opportunity where I'm not making you call out Trump, you know.
Yeah, you're not forcing him in a direction.
I'm asking you what you think will help in this situation. And he had like a 2-minute answer on it. And everybody, when we got done, was like, well, you know, that's the soundbite they'll be running on ESPN and NBA Today and things like that. So I think, like you said, I did my homework. I knew who I was going to ask that question to. And I knew I was going to get that type of response. Whereas, well, I was like, do I say for the whole game? Do I say to go ask Anthony Edwards this question? And I'm like, nah. I'm like, because, you know, at the end of the day, he's not one of those guys that's outspoken, right, that you go to speak up and advocate for what's going on in a society. So, like you said, do my homework. I know who to ask those questions to, who not to ask those questions to. Just like in the Vikings locker room, you maybe go ask the head coach about that. You maybe ask JJ McCarthy about that, but you don't ask the second or third string running back about that and things like that, who don't have a big platform. So
yeah, man, everybody ain't got that same etiquette. That's all I'm saying.
True. It's a skill. It's a skill. Like literally, because as soon as I got done, my whole time was like, you did a good job right there. He's like, that was a great question. I was like, literally, as soon as my boss texted me last night, I knew I was asking him at 24 hours ago. I was so it was something that was just in my head.
Thanks for watching that video. If you want more Must Be Two Sides content, be sure to click the links below and follow our journey.
Stand for the truth, otherwise take a knee. Made it to the league, now we gotta take the lead. Touchdown, Sports Now, I'm Robotic. Must be two sides.